Let's continue critically discussing curriculum and language teaching. And now we've got a subtopic goals of language teaching, and we'll see its relevance, its implications for your own language teaching context, right? Before I discuss goals, I would just like you to take a little pause and think some of the questions listed here. Why is setting up goals for curriculum design considered important? What's the purpose of goals for a specific language course? How would you set up goals for a specific lesson in your teaching context? So these are the questions worth considering, right? Well, so far what we have gathered from this course when we talked about the element of goals in this course, that goals ensures language teachers what they're going to teach. They ensure, on the other hand, learners what they're going to learn. So that's quite useful for language teaching, setting up goals, explicitly telling the aims and objectives of a particular activity or a lesson to the students is useful for our own for enhancing the language learning or maximizing language learning experiences of the students, right? In order to, why we need to use goals? The reason is we've got some questions to be addressed. Will this activity result in any useful learning? If we don't have any goal, how would we come to know that the activity is actually working? Setting up goals so draws on application of principles of language teaching and learning. So what we first need is just to become clear about our beliefs about language learning and teaching, and in this way we will be at some position to think and consider what goals we're going to set up for a particular lesson and for a particular activity, right? So the goals of the lesson, for example, could focus on various areas, and you could focus on language, you could focus on enhancing their listening comprehension skills, you could focus on enhancing their critical thinking skills or their engagement with the text, right? So why we need to decide about goals, the question, because it will inform our understanding about the choice of the content, how to grade it, how to sequence it, and in what order, and how much time we need it to finish in a particular lesson. So we could break the goals into smaller, well-specified units, and then we could label them as objectives, and then they could be used for as valuable tool to analyze the significance of various trends of language teaching. For example, if we are teaching listening, reading, writing skills, we need to explicitly tell our goals to our learners. So overall, goals have their significance for language teaching, although on a wider scale, the goals have their significance for curriculum design. On a smaller scale, goals have their significance for language teaching because they help teachers to choose the content, sequence it in a logical manner, and then help the progress of the course.